Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans, do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Cowboys Nation! Today we have a story that's stirring up a ton of buzz around the league, especially among Cowboys fans. You know how unpredictable the NFL can be, right? Sometimes the biggest stories are the ones you least expect, and this one is no different. We're talking about Jadeveon Clowney, a name that's been synonymous with explosive pass rushing since he entered the league back in 2014. And guess what? This veteran who's been a bit of a journey over the years is making headlines again. And it might just change the way we look at the Dallas Cowboys' defensive future. So, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could have major implications for the Cowboys' plans in 2026 and beyond. Let's start by setting the stage. Clowney's story is one of high expectations, immense talent, and a career that's been marked by flashes of brilliance, but also some inconsistency. Drafted first overall by the Houston Texans in 2014, he quickly made a name for himself as a disruptive force on the defensive line. His blend of speed, strength, and relentless pursuit made him a nightmare for offensive tackles. Over his career, he's accumulated 63 sacks, which puts him in the conversation among the league's more productive edge rushers. But what's really interesting about Clowney right now is not just his production, but his mindset and his plans moving forward. You see, he's expressed a clear desire to keep playing in 2026. And he's showing a real interest in resigning with the Dallas Cowboys, a team he joined late in the 2023 season. Now I know what you're thinking. Why is this so important? Well, if you've been paying attention to the Cowboys' defense this season, you know it's been a bit of a roller coaster. The team currently ranks 30th in the league in total defense, which is a shocking statistic for a franchise known for its defensive prowess over the years. The unit has struggled against the run, has had issues generating consistent pressure on quarterbacks. And overall, the defense has been a sore spot in a season that's supposed to be a championship window. And who's at the center of this defensive struggle? Well, it's a collective effort, but one of the key pieces that has stood out has been Jadeveon Clowney. When he arrived in Dallas after Week 2, many fans wondered if he would be just a temporary fix or if he could be a long-term piece. His performance has been encouraging to say the least. In just 12 games with 5 starts, Clowney has registered 35 tackles, 34 pressures, 8 tackles for loss, 7 quarterback hits, and 5 sacks. That's pretty solid production for a player who joined mid-season and was coming off a period of instability in free agency. Pro Football Focus ranks him 20th among 112 qualifying edge rushers this year, which is impressive given the circumstances. His ability to contribute both as a pass rusher and run defender has been a bright spot. In the recent game against Washington on Christmas Day, he added 5 sacks, helping the Cowboys secure an important victory. That game was a reminder of how impactful he can be when he's on his game. But perhaps the most significant statement Clowney made post-game was his clear indication of his intentions for 2026. During an interview with Patrick Walker of DallasCowboys.com, he openly stated that he plans to continue playing next year and, more importantly, he's very interested in resigning with the Cowboys. His words were unequivocal. "Oh yeah, I'd resign in Dallas if they're willing to bring me back, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm definitely going to play." That kind of confidence and clarity is refreshing, especially for a veteran player who could easily opt for a softer, more comfortable ending to his career. Clown's desire to stay in Dallas shows how much he's appreciated the system, the coaching staff, and the potential for another meaningful season. Now, let's dig a little deeper into what this could mean for the Cowboys. First, his statement signals a level of mutual interest. The team must see value in his contributions, especially given their defensive struggles. Clown's versatility is crucial. They can deploy him in various schemes, whether as a defensive end in a 4-3 or as an outside linebacker in a 3-4. His ability to rush the passer and play the run has been critical in certain situations. His 5 sacks, while not elite, are still significant, especially considering he joined the team late in the season. And we can't ignore his impact in the locker room. Veterans like Clowney bring leadership, experience, and a mentality that can elevate the entire defense. But why does Clowney want to stay? Well, he's been quite candid about his desire to stay active and competitive. "I got a lot left in the tank. I ain't going to go sit on my couch," he said recently. That mentality is exactly what the Cowboys need right now. They've been searching for consistency on defense. And a player with Clowney's experience and work ethic could be a pivotal piece in their future plans. And considering his history, spending his first 5 seasons in Houston, earning 3 Pro Bowl nods, and then moving through various teams, he's shown an ability to adapt and produce wherever he goes. The fact that he's expressed interest in an early signing in 2026 could give the Cowboys a leg up in negotiations, especially if they see him as a key part of their core moving forward. Now you might be wondering, how does this fit into the bigger picture of the Cowboys roster and their quest for a Super Bowl? Well, the defense has been a mixed bag this season. Micah Parsons has been phenomenal, often drawing double teams, which opens opportunities for other pass rushers like Clowney. Relying on him as a veteran presence, especially in critical moments, could be a gain share. The coaching staff under defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus has been under pressure to turn things around. Eberflus' scheme emphasizes discipline, gap control, and aggressive pass rushes, which suit Clowney's skill set perfectly. If resigned, Clowney could be a stabilizing force for the defense in 2026, especially if the team continues to build around their young stars like Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, and the emerging talent on the defensive line. But let's not forget the broader context. The NFC East is as competitive as ever, with teams like the Eagles and the Giants improving yearly. The Cowboys need a consistent, disruptive pass rusher to push them over the top. Clown's presence in the fold could be just what they need to add depth and experience to their defensive front. And in a league where pass rushers are premium commodities, locking him in early could be a strategic move for the Cowboys front office. Now, I want to take a moment here and compare Clowney's situation to other veteran edge rushers in the league. Players like Von Miller, Frank Clark, or even Jadeveon himself have shown that staying relevant in the NFL is about more than just raw talent. It's about attitude, adaptability, and the willingness to stay in shape. Clown's decision to stay motivated, to stay ready, and to aim for an early signing indicates he's got that drive. And frankly, that's what the Cowboys need. Players who are hungry, disciplined, and committed to winning. If they manage to resign Clowney for 2026, it could be a signal to the rest of the league that Dallas is serious about contending, not just this year, but for the foreseeable future. Now, what about his performance comparison with other players? Well, among his peers, Clowney's stats hold up remarkably well. His 63.5 sacks combined with the pressures and tackles for loss showcase a player who's consistently disruptive. Sure, he's not the double-digit sack guy every year, but his impact goes beyond numbers. His presence on the field often draws double teams, freeing up others like Micah Parsons to make plays. That kind of strategic value cannot be overstated. And considering his age, 32, and his physical condition, he's probably entering the prime years of his late career, where experience and football IQ become even more valuable. So, what are the next steps? Well, if the Cowboys want to retain Clowney, they'll need to negotiate a deal that reflects his value, but also fits within their cap constraints. Given his recent performance and expressed desire to stay, it's reasonable to expect a deal somewhere around the $15-7 million range annually, possibly with incentives based on performance and games played. This would be a smart move for Dallas, especially if they believe he can continue to contribute at a high level through 2026. Now, let's talk about the wider implications of this potential resigning. It signals a shift in how the Cowboys view veteran leadership and team building. Instead of constantly chasing the next young rookie or relying solely on draft picks, they're recognizing the value of experienced players who can make an immediate impact. Plus, Clowney's willingness to sign early indicates he's confident in his ability to stay healthy and productive. That kind of mindset is contagious and can inspire other veterans on the roster. And speaking of future plans, the Cowboys aren't just thinking about 2026. They're building a foundation that aims to be competitive for years to come. Resigning Clowney could be part of a broader strategy to bolster their pass rush, especially with the NFL trending more towards passing dominance. As offenses get more sophisticated, defenses need versatile, disruptive players like Clowney to keep pace. His experience combined with the young talent on the roster could create a perfect blend of youth and veteran savvy. Now, taking a step back, you might wonder, what does this mean for the Cowboys' draft strategy? Will they focus on adding more pass rushers or defensive linemen to complement Clowney? Possibly. But I think the key takeaway here is that they're willing to prioritize veteran presence and proven production. Clowney's case might influence their decisions in free agency and the draft, emphasizing the importance of a balanced approach, young talent with seasoned veterans who know how to win. As we look ahead to the rest of the season and the upcoming offseason, several questions loom large. Will the Cowboys officially resign Clowney? How will he fit into the defensive scheme next year? And what does this say about the team's confidence in their other pass rushers? These are questions that will undoubtedly be covered in the coming weeks. And I'll be here to break down every development for you. Now, let's consider the bigger picture. The NFL landscape is always changing and the Cowboys are no strangers to evolving their roster to meet the challenges. Resigning Clowney would be a clear signal that they're serious about contending, not just for this season, but for several years ahead. His leadership and production could serve as a catalyst for the defense to improve markedly in 2026, especially if combined with the continued development of other key players. And don't forget, the NFL is a league of moments. Clowney's story is far from over. If he manages to stay healthy and motivated, he could still be a disruptive force on the field, making game-changing plays well into his 30s. For Cowboys fans, that's an exciting prospect, especially considering how much he's already contributed in such a short stint. His potential return could also impact the team's salary cap planning, roster construction, and overall strategy. It's a chess game, and every move counts. Now, I want to pause here for a moment because I know the excitement is building. The idea of Clowney resigning with Dallas is not just about one player. It's about what it represents for the team's identity and future. It's about resilience, experience, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. And I think that if all goes well, this decision could be a turning point for the Cowboys defense, helping them transform from a struggling unit into a formidable force that strikes fear into opposing offenses. So, my fellow Cowboys fans, stay tuned. The off-season is just around the corner, and with Clowney's future potentially tied to Dallas, we're about to see some major moves. Will the Cowboys lock him in early? How will this influence their draft and free agency strategies? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. This story isn't over, and the best is yet to come. Now, before I wrap up, let me leave you with this. Imagine a Dallas Cowboys defense in 2026 featuring Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, and Jadeveon Clowney all working together to dominate. The possibilities are exciting, and the potential for a deep playoff run is very real. Clowney's desire to stay and the Cowboys' willingness to keep him around could be the missing piece they need to finally take that next step towards a Super Bowl. It's a story worth watching, and I'll be here to keep you updated every step of the way. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. Do you think Clowney's return could be the spark that ignites the defense, or do you believe they need more pieces to truly contend? Whatever your thoughts, I want to hear them. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned and keep that Cowboy spirit alive. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this long, detailed breakdown. Remember, in the NFL, nothing is set in stone until it's done. But right now, all signs point to a very interesting off-season for the Cowboys, with Jadeveon Clowney possibly playing a pivotal role in their future plans. Let's see what happens next. Until then, this is your favorite NFL analyst signing off. Go Cowboys!